Welcome. This is King Lizzard's bite-sized review for Killer Instinct on Xbox One, not Season 2, Killer Instinct. And the reason for that is obviously Killer Instinct Season 2 isn't complete yet, so I won't actually do a review for Season 2 until such time as the complete character set's available for review. So this is based on the original Killer Instinct, obviously with the updated menus for Season 2. So you've got your multiplayer, where you get to fight against human opponents. You can do this one locally on your machine, so 2 controllers. Friendly matches online against friends, or ranked matches, lobby matches. You can basically play with a group of players online, jump in and out of sessions. Collection is basically your equipment and unlocks and stuff. Fight archive is your statistics as well as some video replays. Store will take you direct to the store, so you can buy additional content for the game. Single player is, again, you've got Master is where you can practice going dojo. That dojo is quite good because it will teach you the game, so it's a good way of learning the game if you're new to it. Trials is also another great way to earn XP and level up, and also learn more about the game, especially combos and stuff. Collection again is more of your equipment unlocks and stuff, so things that you've unlocked in the game, fighters, profile cards, which you can then modify. You see the top left there, that's my profile card, so those backgrounds open up as time goes on. Very kind of progressive, unlocks. Fight archive again is your statistics and stuff. So if we're going to fight for single player, we can play through the story mode, which is, I think it's about an 8-character story mode. You've got survival, where basically you keep fighting until you eventually get beaten by computer AI. You've got player versus CPU, or CPU versus CPU. We'll set it off on CPU versus CPU, and we'll go for two of the primary characters. We'll chuck in Sabretooth there. We'll chuck him in, and then we'll do a random map. So obviously each character has its own, beginning intro, if you like. Well, they'll taunt the other player, as they do when they finish. And what you'll see is obviously Sabretooth is a very ground-based character, very, quite a brutal-based character. Lots of damage when he hits. He really takes huge chunks of life out and stuff. Sadira is very aerial-based. She's got these webs that allow her to pull herself into the character and, with increased momentum, cause damage. She also has this web damage thing where she'll kick a web up on the screen and it just keeps expanding, and if that touches you as the other fighter, then you get quite severe damage from that. It can also block you into corners. Typical frozen grabs. All of the character movesets are very, very similar. They're not the most difficult in the world to learn, to be honest. You do have the kind of the ultra, like you do in Street Fighter, where it's a double move to get the special off. And obviously the characters have their own unique specials, but the move to do those specials is the same for pretty much every character that I can make out so far anyway. Obviously the bars at the top are health bars. You get 2 health bars. The green one is your initial, the red one is your secondary. When you're in red, you're on your last bar of health. Bottom right corners and left corners is the super move power, so as long as one of those blocks is filled up out of the 2, you can pull off a super. Killer Instinct in general though, it's very colourful, really nice graphics, lots of detail in the the background levels. Music sort of interesting, quite beady, quite kind of wants to make you kick the crap out of things, really, which is what it's there to do, right? So what we have here is Spinal on the left there, and Full Gore. Spinal being your kind of brutal pirate-esque type character back from the dead, and Fulgor obviously a futuristic robot. He's got lots of projectiles, quite a dangerous character. Spinal's very close combat stroke profile, projectile based as well. Quite a lethal character once you know how to use him too. Love the graphics in this level, things like the skeleton rowing in the background there on the left, the crabs, and there's a lot of detail going on in this background. Really interesting to watch and play against. So online's a little bit through to all this game. I don't like the fact that you lose any XP that you've earned when you're fighting online and you lose a round. I mean, the best I did was about 3 wins in a row, then I lost about 6 times and landed up with no level again. Very frustrating. I mean, it's great for the hardcore people, but it isn't so great if you're not a hardcore fighter. You don't get any rank and you don't get any feeling that you've achieved anything. You kind of feel a bit cheated. So I don't like the ranking system in this at all. It is really built for hardcore players only. That said, single player for me is where the game's at. I can kind of play and have my own kind of level ups, different from the rank mode, of course. And it is a really rewarding beat 'em up. A bit lacking in characters, which is why I personally give Killer Instinct on Xbox One a 8 out of 10. It's a reasonable value product. And obviously with Season 2 coming out, there's going to be some nice additions, so I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a very good fighter. It's good at what it does, and it's just unfortunately a little bit lacking in the character department for a major release game. Obviously this was primarily a DLC release game, so it was a little bit cheaper, £32. I actually got mine free because I was a master level on Xbox Live for buying an Xbox One. Microsoft gave that to me as a gift, which was a really nice thing. So I do feel a bit cheeky giving it an 8, but at the same time I'm reviewing it on the grounds that everyone else that plays beat 'em ups and how they're going to feel about this game. But there are a lot of challenges and stuff to do in this game to keep you busy, and obviously if you want to master it and get online, obviously there's that aspect to it as well. But thanks for watching the review. That's pretty much it concluded. So an 8 out of 10 for Killer Instinct on Xbox One. Thanks for watching. Take care.